Released in 2011, the same year as the iPhone 4S, the final product Steve Jobs ever introduced, the Nintendo 3DS landed with a thud. The glasses-free 3D made people queasy, the launch lineup was almost forgettable, and the $250 price tag, which is $350 today if you adjust for inflation, didn't help. Let's just say units did not fly off the shelves. But here's the twist. Today, the 3DS is more alive than ever. Thanks to a thriving modding community, this thing can run classics like Quake and Doom, and even full libraries of NES, SNES, GBA, DS, and 3DS titles. You can even watch 3D movies. My name is Paul, this is Load and Behold, and before we continue, please consider subscribing. It really helps out a small channel like mine. Alright, the 3DS took some time to grow into something special, so let's put it in context. Nintendo had already sold 150 million original DS systems. The Wii was basically printing money, smartphones were rising fast, and the PlayStation Vita was trying to make PS3 pocketable. Handheld gaming was shifting, and the 3DS didn't impress. The original model had a tiny screen, a weaker battery life, and a launch lineup so thin that Pilot Wings Resort got more attention than it probably deserved. And it cost more than a Wii at launch. Nintendo knew this, and just 5 months after release, they dropped the price tag to $170. And as a peace offering to early adopters, they launched something called the Ambassador Program, which gave those early adopters 20 free classic games. Things were rocky at the start, but the 3DS soon started to evolve. Go into 2012, the 3DS XL arrived with a larger screen and improved battery life. In 2013, we got the 2DS, a flat, wedge-shaped budget model with no hinge and no 3D. It looked like a doorstop, but it was great for kids or anyone else on a budget. Then came the real glow-up, the new Nintendo 3DS and new Nintendo 3DS XL in 2014. They were faster, had improved 3D with face tracking, added NFC support for Amiibo, and introduced the C-Stick, basically a pencil eraser pretending to be a second joystick. But it turned out to be pretty useful. These new models had extra horsepower, which enabled exclusive games like Xenoblade Chronicles 3D, Minecraft, and Fire Emblem Warriors, all while boosting performance upgrades for some already existing titles. And even up to 2017, after the Switch had already launched, Nintendo dropped one last revision, the new 2DS XL. No 3D, but a great design, full features, and $50 cheaper than the 3D model. But none of these hardware revisions would have made a difference without the games to back it up. It took a few months, but in late 2011, Super Mario 3D Land dropped and finally showed how 3D could enhance gameplay instead of just being a gimmick. Then Mario Kart 7 arrived that December, a full, no-compromises handheld kart racer. Those two games did what Nintendo does best. They sold hardware. Sales skyrocketed that holiday season, and the hits kept coming. Kid Icarus Uprising turned aiming into a frantic dance between touchscreen and gyro. Resident Evil Revelations delivered console-quality horror on a handheld. Fire Emblem Awakening was so good it basically saved the franchise. The 3DS wasn't just finding its footing, it was building an identity. The Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds reinvented the top-down formula. Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate brought the series to Nintendo handhelds with huge success. Pokémon arrived a little late, but in 2013, X and Y finally brought the mainline series into full 3D. Bravely Default became a modern JRPG classic. Luigi's Mansion: Dark Moon delivered atmosphere and charm. Picross 3D Round 2 became one of the system's hidden gems. And Tamagotchi Life? Well, if you know, you know. Part of the system's strengths came from how it encouraged you to take it everywhere. The built-in step counter earned you play coins, which could be used across multiple games. Animal Crossing New Leaf made this really shine. While you carried an entire village in your pocket, real-world steps earned you in-game rewards. Street Pass took this even further. Your 3DS quietly collected data from other users you passed, allowing Miis to enter your plaza, which unlocked puzzle pieces, bonuses, and some various games. Your daily commute became its own little quest. And even beyond first-party titles, the 3DS became a home for indie hits. Shovel Knight, Terraria, The Binding of Isaac all found new audiences on the eShop. Full-featured ports, mind you, not watered-down mobile versions. The 3DS wasn't just surviving, it was leading handheld gaming. And then, modders took this even further. They brought Diablo and even the first Fallout game to the system. You can install fan translations of games that were not available in your region originally. There's even an active Minecraft modding community just for the 3DS. A modded system also lets you back up saves and overclock the hardware for better performance. And one of my favorite hidden features, which I think I already mentioned, is watching 3D movies. Seriously, they look surprisingly good even on this small screen. But the 3DS didn't just play movies, it could make them. Well, sorta. The dual cameras let you record actual 3D video, and while the quality wasn't great, the concept was really cool. But most importantly, this is one of the only devices that can properly emulate the Virtual Boy in real 3D. Yes, that weird red and black headset from the 90s lives again on the 3DS, well before that weird adapted Virtual Boy headset came out for the Switch. The Nintendo 3DS was never meant to be a smartphone, but in some ways, in my opinion, it showed us a glimpse of what pocket tech could become. It packed dual screens, motion sensors, augmented reality, wireless communication, web browsing, step tracking, all before most smartphones did. This thing was weird, it was wonderful, and I think it's still a little underappreciated. But as always, thank you all so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you can. See you in the next video.